Mbadul ngal konto ntomu Omar Wali leti bi laftalenga ku kachame ngalon ko abe kekan Gambia ni Senegal border to bari aketa kulti ngalon ko ay Gambia affect bake sako sadol membe foni ila border ni Casamance, that is the southern Senegalese region. Mr. President, you are charged with the responsibility of this country. Mbeyo lonne andong kunung confrontation between the MFDC rebels. Some call them separatists, some call them secessionists, and some call them bandits. Whatever it may be, that is it. But Ngajele Maki issued a statement saying few of Senegalese died during the fracas. So, Gambia is a sovereign country. The reason why these people came here was because of interregnum in 2016-2017 when Jammeh refused to step aside. And Kabirol Wato for saying Ngajele ko kuol falintale. But still now the same trend continues. We have forces in one part of the country, and Ngajele ko silankai Gambia security situation are improved. You don't need to be a security expert to know that. We all know what is happening in our country. And what we know, the reason why these foreign forces, Maki call them ECOWAS forces, but it's not true. They are not ECOWAS forces, they are bilateral forces. They came, they're here purposely for Makila interests. Mr. President, whether you know it or not, Maki is using you. Let me tell you this today. Maki can mem for Senegal, and what he's trying to, the political point he wants to score is that Abdou Diouf failed the damming. Abdoulaye Wade failed the damming. That's where he succeeded, and that is, he's going to curtail this MFDC in the southern part of Senegal. Kunu incident is unfortunate, and first thing in the morning, I called from somebody from Baleng village, because the villagers even find it difficult to distinguish between Gambian forces and the Senegalese forces. So, I uniform from Bondino Nyoto. So, Adem Mariam Folovania Konyako Gambia soldier rebel Duntanyola. But that wasn't the case. So, Nata, after several hours, Nata realized they were trying to confiscate a truck carrying logs. Eventually, they ran into rebel control area. So, this is few things that I want to discuss. Mr. President, Gambia is a sovereign state. Senegalese, they have their problem. And I think Gambia should not be used as a battleground for Senegalese, either the rebel or the foreign forces. And I think it's time for you to step up, because our sovereignty is already compromised. And the presence of these people, I don't see any use to this. I will give you reasons why. Because it will come for the impression they gave the rebels was that the Gambian army and the Senegalese forces, they will come together and go and fight these rebels. That's what they told the rebels. So they were prepared enough for them. But eventually, somebody informed the rebels and told them, no, that is not the case, because one of the villages, that is Baling, is a Gambian village. It's a village in the Gambia. And if there is a trouble there, but one thing that went wrong, or one thing that nearly went wrong, was that because these rebels overpowered these forces there, whether you know it or not. So what ended up happening, they wanted to use the Gambia armed forces as human seals to be between them and the rebels. But and we keep on saying this. Mr. President, I think it's time for you to look at the Gambian security, especially the Gambian army. These are the people who can protect you. These are the people who can protect us. These are the people who can protect Gambia. Kunung was a clear example. Kabira Duta, when the rebels came in, I don't know whether you're getting intelligence or they're giving you information. When the rebels came in and they put up their checkpoints, it was the Gambian soldiers, many Alonko, they termed them as not loyal, as all names were given to them. Those are the ones who went and asked them to dismantle their checkpoints. That is one thing. Na duda imagine kabira duda fa duda ilafa bambulanto la mole koma. Nim manta mambennu nin jisuma mambonu nin ko nin kanun kunu mbe mem falando falabi. Honestly, you are in State House. Fueka fuele member caring or not. And one message to the Gambian forces: yes, you are here to defend the territorial integrity of the Gambia. But don't allow anybody to hide behind you people to fight any forces. This rebellion has been ongoing for nearly 40 years, we all know. But what is happening now is unacceptable. And Gambia, whether you know it or not, is not only divided on ethnic lines, but this country is sitting on a time bomb. And I think this phony issue should be looked into. Because we received so many reports from this about this phony issue. But Hanisa and Kumambuje, you serve 5 years. Now you are getting into your next another 5 years. So, but Hanisa, the situation did not improve. Now, army, the situation is still the same. And whoever is telling you this army is bad, the person is not honest to you. Like I said before, when rebels came, they attacked this country. These were the people who stood, the Farafenye and others, they stood and they defended this country. Even 𝐁𝐚𝐽 Alonko, when he said he was not going to step aside to vacate the presidency, they refused to fight. But so they are loyal to the country, they are loyal to the Gambian people, and they are loyal to the constitution. Especially you, because this thing is not going to continue. And Mr. President, I will tell you for a fact, you can take it to the bank. Billahi, wallahi. If you don't win the hearts and minds of this Gambian security, this country is not going anywhere. And the Senegalese are the ones who are going to protect us. They are not being honest to you. Last time I said this, Mali, there was 5,000 French forces in Mali. Different from other Sahel countries. Many Alonko, they're there, they provide security. But when they were ready, they removed Ibrahim Boubacar Keita. The 5,000 troops could not do anything. The other forces could not do anything. So that is a clear example. We are not instilling fear in you, but you see what is happening in the region currently. There is a fragile security situation in the region. Mobuka depend Molkan entirely. This country's security situation has improved long time ago. And I think it's time for them, even look at what happened last time when crime rates went up. They said, you issued a statement in a televised address, you said the National Guard should be on standby. That alone shows scope. These are the people who can protect this country. These are the people who understand the terrain. These are the people who remember Kubala Molkan. But depending on these people, at the end of the day, what are they even doing that? Because I talk to people in the military. I have friends in the military. Because they look down upon our military, and it's not true. The impression they're giving you and your government, okay, the military is not competent. They are competent. We have seen what they did in other parts of the world. They serve in Liberia. They went for peacekeeping and peace enforcement. Both peacekeeping and peace enforcement. From East Timor to Liberia to Sierra Leone to South Sudan and so on. And they have been credited for all that. But Ngajele, the same trend still continues. The country is dragging Haniba. So Nabanko, Senegalese, if they have their differences, let them address their problem in the Senegalese territory, but not in the Gambian territory. And as far as I know, Macky Sall, it was a social media post, but he talked about this issue. To Seko, Molefa to Senegal, but your government is still quiet about it. Where is the defense minister? Where is the chief of defense staff of the Gambia Armed Forces? Where is the commander-in-chief of the Gambia Armed Forces? The president? But you are all quiet about this issue. And this is a serious issue that is bothering this country. Bari, yalong nimbanko katanyaming, because it's phony. So even you look at our social media, nobody's even talking about this issue. Look, what is happening in Fonyi can spill over and come, God forbid. Because from Baleng, what I heard in the morning, first thing in the morning when they called me, what they said, and by midday, the situation changes. And let me tell you, Mr. President, there are people who deserted this army. There are people who quit this army, whether you know it or not, when 𝐁𝐚𝐫𝐫 left, because they said they can't be loyal to you. There are people, they deserted the army, they are outside. Do you know what those people are engaging? I don't want to go into details. But just to give you a heads up, Puriyalo Wanyam, Nimbankola Kanto, Nimbankola Tanko, it lies entirely on the arms and security of this country, mainly the military. Nitara Katon, Etelebiji. Kudang Etelebiji, Etelebasi. And I've seen other parts of the country as well. So what is stopping you to tell Macky Sall it is enough now? Take your people back. My people are capable enough to handle this situation. Because these people should not even spend 3 months in this country following 𝐁𝐚𝐫𝐵's departure. Because yeah, I spoke to Osman Baji, the former chief of defense staff, during that crisis. From Independence Drive Mosque, he came out and said, "You are not going to fight." He told me that. And they did not fight. So there was a peaceful transition, even though there was an interregnum, but it was peaceful. Nobody died. So that was the time. And I think it's time, I don't know what is happening in the military. But na sojar kebal nyanda ka kuol juwe bakele. Angale kam fomange kuti jande. This country is divided. And let bring our people to be in charge of our security. And we will be safe in their hands than any other's hand. Because some of these people, we don't even know them. From the hot pursuit and so many other things. Kunun situation but I cannot part of the areas like many alonko. It was not controlled by the rebels. We have seen when a Gambian fisherman, was fishing and Abulata Senegalese solar waters come. They chase him. Gambia soldier le kido fight to tell them go, hey, alenim baila for Gambia say al danjam. Ngojele. Na villages, most of our villages in the Gambia, nimol kanale dunji. So kuwa membonya, ni nimbankwe agreement signa, aliye agreement sign. Yajube ko one person is violating that agreement. Anyanda ko agreement kiskis la yajube ko. Ndala nimbanko silanka ajakalo benawar. Sojarul are here. You don't want to put them into use. Who is afraid of the Gambia armed forces? That's what I cannot even understand. Because for me and many other Gambians, we are comfortable with these people because these are the people who will even respect us. Not these other people. You see how our people have been treated. From the National Assembly to the airports to other parts of the country. I was at a restaurant sometimes and a Senegalese had a fight with a Gambian. I kuma no rimbala fight in Banko because any mol membe sirima iman kabe mafang ijuta molale andum membe caring idam manes abono mol diajen ko because mole bero fightele banko mole bero fightele dole afa dole bari men because it's the winter majority of Gambians voted for you so nyaja uketa ijikita lako ebe inyaji ofitala. Now is the time. You have an opportunity. With all these problems, I was even expecting at your inaugural speech. But coming back to the issue, it is time for you to look at the Gambia security. Mr. President, whether they tell you or not, itulo yala model bije nibe nyaton kayala menka ke jama itulo menka teribala itulo diaku ekola foe. Sorry, let me just put the volume down. So, minibe nyaton kala jama model ka itulo ekola fo. Bari tonya mi tonya debu okakole amala puri ya foe. Because he kafale ninga fa be kamfala and so on. And going back to the issue again, Foni ko nyanda ka jubela. Maki sala mantare foni ala sojol mantare foni to protect Gambians. Because Gambian rebel man problem so. They say they are separatists. They are fighting for independence. So, Ninku Membonya, Munatina, even when the situation changes, they are only in one part, and that is funny. Why not you review this issue with Macky Sall? Senegalese have their internal problem. Let them solve it at their own territory. Kunumenga is unfortunate. Momalong abelabana daming next time. So Momadua Setano spill over Memeni la Bankoka na Bankoka. So you are the president of this country. It is time for you to man up and tell these people I'm in charge. Gambian forces Banko Felako. Eko ten. But even need a for assessment Kenyan Takalo Silanko. Gambia betem women do Silan man need any other person. Because the Gambia so like Wolka do not banku do la molkan. Sakwe fangal any men wuluta. Any men be futuring. Any men be doko. Any men ka kuobek. Ni mo many along ko yabo molkan other countries. Mana na tabo ni nolela molfanga. Look at this issue in Foni. Look at a relationship with your neighbors. Sanjali bojanko nyaton ko kake jinjambe rolled. Eka kuniale, ekana kunia bake, but ekana timia bake. And banko be tembo mendo. Foyalo ne mala molbe siri nyoka male. Nidia muta mole jang dol bafole ko marso be kolarine. High cost of living. Gambianol ka si janne ka fola mulo kono babe kerine. Si fatam fanso be banko kame. Mbokafu banta balto bare ndamon kafu nyunda bungu kono. It's happening here. Security mengalon ko imantar happening whether they telling you or not. The security they are not happy. Sanjululu ibe sirindula kilometer from 2017 to date. Sometimes you wonder many along they charge with those responsibilities. What are they even doing? You know, from reforms to many other things. You cannot even put them into use. But kabara dura mo fal siata, nyaping kang siata, boying kang siata. Imavo economic member phone biamulo de la to come and be a national to come and quell the situation. He did not say that. Ecoloko the National Guard should be on standby if and when necessary to take up, you know, the security situation in the country. So these are the few points that I want to discuss with you. Banko betembo mento nimambo certain class in this country because this is how this country is now. But sometimes you wonder what are the so-called opinion leaders, where are they? Banko by Malakang, they are keeping quiet about it. The country is in trouble. Nobody is talking about it because you think you are in Combo and this is happening in Foni. Foni in Combo is like 1 hour drive there. Alaman Tankala. And let me tell you one thing. Just as an example. Falona dako atata Sadio ya kaeko nilbe nyola le ngate fata Sadio kala hajutije akoy da mawlem atata suwaya falkino atata suwaya kaeko a nimol be nyola le ngata nsinyol lam nge fata suko ala hajutije obe yam fulol keleta foye nyofa e sanga kankula wato sita eko sayin jomale beta sango dantela mol side ko falo yalo bukataria suwala kataria alenga suwoda ali suwo bulaita sanga dantewala suwotata ya yusilo benkan borindirol ning kol membela raka kabira mutana ma wata fata falo da yala da Sadio fana yala kay ko nil benyo la ngate bonni nyo wala Sadio kala hajudiji sanga kondonna la tuma men e ko fotta biro leke pour mole do moroke halo mo buga falo dum ye Sadio la kanate ya dil yole dum. So this country, ni Mumbela Bankold. These Fodinka people, they have been talking about this. Me, I travel to this place frequently. And many other people, the Gambia Armed Forces. If those people are in charge, you even put a checkpoint in Kamfenda, they will do a better job than these Senegalese. Mr. President, Banco Moul from 2017, you have to take up that responsibility and make sure that the army is in charge of this country's situation. Security is in charge of the country's security. The Gambia Banco Mantarta Kuka. For Yalon the bank, for Malom bank, for Kafuela bank, for Bukafuela bank, but that is the fact. Until Nimu Leka Diam. After that, bend down Bukajolim Banco until Makalamuta. I know you have your intelligence, but in Panankamwell, because Nakita, Kununga was in contact with one of your ministers when this incident happened. Because I called few people, because I come to the new mall Jikilate la Mansakunda. Eka menki, so eka bornan to lekam, kuma jamala for them. Kuma jamala for the befala ninjanto. Because I know what those people are saying. Wallahi. For ye molle be siring bordato. Molle Gambia army be siring. They said a lot. Abukatu kela, akatu folale. Nimul ye ninko fole, ya waron koto. Hanisa en kesemambo jabato. And I think it's time for you to step up and tell the army, Banko felako, mbale bulu. Well, membe dala, yalo nabe diaring, we are all enjoying. But na kwa dafana, eko bonomo bati olo bar kunkem fayo. Mu ba famol tide. Gambia la ko beta ka nyame. Anyanda ka korosi bakele. Anyanda ka jube bakele. Na army, Gambian Armed Forces. And there are many other Gambians, many alonko, they have trust and confidence in them. And alonko na duta fa duta. Me murdo le kande. Bari men ka kumul fo nin Senegal boda jang tindin nebe kela adun tajana funti de jang o kumol ol mukuma ken samoleti. Because if whatever they want to do, they will do that. Go back to the military. Go and visit our military barracks. Engage these men be searing in blood of our buje, able searing. Engage our military. You look at the condition of our military from Yajubi, Abenyami. What is stopping you? You don't need to be a former military officer to mingle with these people. You don't need to be, you know, a position of men to give you an opportunity to win the hearts and minds of everybody, especially these people. We know what they do. We know what they are capable of doing. We know what they can do. So why keeping them? Why not using them? Why relying on other people? Organal member seaport. At Bara, many along KBJ, they erected tents there. Many along KBJ. What are they doing that our people cannot do? The Nigerians at seaport, at the airport, what am I going to tell Amil Mamenkeno? But at the end of the day, they know better than some of these Senegalese. Many along Albejikirila. The Gambian Armed Force is not bad. The Gambian military is not bad. These people stood with the Constitution. They stood with Gambians. They stood with Gambia during the most difficult moments. So, try and bring our military to be in charge of this country. Mandingkol kamem fo ko lowulo le demo diata ni man subo fo de filla. So, nilmu molete meni alon ko enim bankolon. So that is it. And Gambia Armed Forces, the yesterday incident, We know everything. We know people within. We know what happened. We know Senegalese wanted to use you people. But you said no. And stick to that. Don't allow anybody to use you as a human seal. If they are capable, the rebels confront, the separatists, confront. But they want to use you people. Don't be used by anybody. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't work like that. So I will come with more details later. But for you, this 𝐚𝐜𝐭𝐢𝐧𝐠 thing, you need to look at it. I don't know, like intelligence, let them go and listen to what people are saying. You know, intelligence don't only collect intelligence, the intelligence officers don't only collect intelligence through WhatsApp groups and Facebook posts. You know, and people are here to even volunteer to help you people. But Gambian Army, mafu bankote tembelade, but I so that is it. Bring them to be in charge of the country. Step up. Tell Macky Sall, sila okay. Mr. President, yalo ite kenula mansala mansati. Mandinkol kamemfu. You cannot be mansala mans because banko mo le tombo e tambindi. So it's not possible. So the issue at hand here is educated le ko e tambi. So Macky Sall la interest abola no mako. So ita manyana tsona we continue. If I'm not interested in the and your interest would be the interest of your people. Hani dingo na ko eko idim fulol meni yalan ko dum tanyola. Ninkilo na da ko eko baba kare ni neken. Ni ma wuli. Ibe kumbo mo in few minutes time. Because first it already amu tema. So that is it. Bankogo tembolto. Well, we being a profession, but at the end of the day, Mbemu Gambian ulti. Ndoltentel mantadula soro nga janna soto. Akamdal impasse time mo kabere mul ko nyako fintieta anko ko hani SN Brussels ni yolon. Nden nam family mol te kunno kono. So tadula ten tolla. Janna kayro na la tenkum. Walen tol bena fade. So that is it. Allah barka bak. Thank you so much.